The world of Spawn is filled with monstrous villains who will easily haunt your nightmares, but which among them could be considered some of the most powerful? Welcome back, Nerd Squad, it's me, Amanda! In your opinion, what makes a villain powerful? Number 10. Simon Pure. Simon Pure is powerful in the sense that he is the leader of the Kingdom. The Kingdom was a group of vampires, 777 strong, who saw themselves as agents of heaven. They believed they were destined to inherit the earth and rule the world. Their plan was to purge all sinners from New York City. It's quite the plan. However, Spawn had taken all of the city's sin within himself, so instead, they all went head to head with him. Unfortunately for Simon Pure and his kingdom, Spawn had learned of their story and also how to defeat them. Spawn managed to turn them on their leader, Simon Pure, marking him as a sinner. And with the help of teleporters, Spawn had the whole group killed by having a portal open to hell, which caused the kingdom to burn. And friends, before we move on to our next spot on this list, if you love what we do here at Top 10 Nerd and you love the Spawn universe, be sure to let us know by giving this video a thumbs up. Number 9. Wolfram. Wolfram is a vampire, an undead walker, and also an agent of heaven. Surprise, surprise. At one point, he ended up attacking Spawn in an area where his powers didn't work, making him exceptionally vulnerable, and proving how Wolfram could potentially have an up on him when it came to power. However, Wolfram chose to halt his attack after being called off, as Heaven actually had other plans for Spawn in the future at that time. Even after Wolfram was killed, being decapitated by Simon Pure, he was still somewhat alive thanks to being divinely empowered. His disembodied head, after being recovered, told Spawn the story of the kingdom and how best to defeat them. Number 8. Ogliostro. Ogliostro, also known at one point as Cain, the first murderer, became a hellspawn long ago, but chose to stop acting as one in order to save the last of his power to one day free himself. He became the mentor of Al Simmons, aka Spawn, seeing him as the possible key to his salvation when it came to acquiring his own freedom. While often acting as an ally to Spawn, Cog would also eventually become an enemy to Al. Spawn sought to rule Hell once more, planning to take control after allowing Hell to invade Earth in order to basically turn it into a paradise. It sounds weird, but trust me, it was a plan that made sense in the comics. Cog seemed to be working to help him in this endeavor, but was later revealed to be a traitor, taking the crown of Hell for himself, while Spawn was distracted by the appearance of his former wife, Wanda Blake. Number 7. Violator. Probably one of the most terrifying characters in the world of Spawn. Certainly the most terrifying one, in my opinion. Violator is known for being an ally of Malabossia. Violator, or Clown as he is sometimes known when he is stationed on Earth, is one of the children of Phleboton, spirit of the Upper Aries, being born to both the demon and a mortal woman, the wife of Dr. John Dee, who was gifted by the doctor to the demon after he successfully summoned him. Violator would rise up against his father, killing him, and be offered the position of Chief Lieutenant of Hell by Malabossia. Much of the power Violator has comes from his father's side and his demonic physiology. He's immortal, can breathe fire, is both extremely strong and agile, and has magical abilities powered by necroplasm. Violator is also known for his manipulative and conniving ways. Number 6. Memon. Memon is a demonic entity who was originally an angel that fell from heaven following the Great Battle. He was apparently loyal to God despite choosing to not participate in that battle, but ended up getting cast out anyways. Now he often is known for making deals for souls, using his charming and persuasive nature to do so. While not known for being as physically powerful as some of the others on our list, he is still a master manipulator with his own designs in regards to how to get the throne of creation so he can rebuild the universe in his own image. Memon is well known for often being the one behind many sinister plots involving Spawn, aka Al Simmons, something else that makes him a deadly foe you wouldn't want to underestimate. Number 5. Malabossia. Malabossia is definitely one of the most iconic villains when it comes to the world of Spawn. He is the one Al initially made a deal with, becoming one of the Hellspawn as a result. Malabossia granted Spawn power, knowing that it meant he would be beholden to him, and with the idea that Al eventually would of course use up all his power and then basically become Malabossia's prisoner. Malabossia is fairly powerful in the comics, being one of the demon lords of Hell, one of the few demons that Satan has risen up in terms of his rank. Malabossia is not only powerful in terms of the magic that he wields and controls, and in terms of his power over Spawn, but he is also physically formidable and durable, as well as extremely deceptive and manipulative. Spawn making a deal with Malabossia only to later find out he was basically manipulated and misled by the Demon Lord highlights just how crafty Malabossia truly is. Number 4. Satan. Satan is probably one of the most epic Spawn villains around. If you thought Malabossia was tough, Satan is even tougher, of course. Of course, because Satan is actually the one who commands Malabossia and rules over hell, so it makes a lot of sense. Satan commands the armies of hell, which makes him one of the most devastating foes around in Spawn comics. Even Al knows he doesn't stand much of a chance facing Satan alone for long. This is evident when Satan attempts to lure him to hell by capturing the soul of Al Simmons' widowed wife, Wanda Blake. Al does come, but ultimately refuses Satan's deal when it comes to Wanda being set free. Spawn instead chooses to use a quick surprise attack, giving him just enough time to grab Wanda and escape. Well, escape to another place of hell anyways. Even he knows he cannot stand against the nigh omnipotent power of Satan. Number 3. Urizen. Urizen proved himself to be one of the most fearsome enemies Spawn has ever faced. In fact, Urizen was so powerful that he made short work of Spawn, killing him pretty much immediately after Spawn challenged the demon. Urizen is known for being one of the oldest, if not the oldest demon to have ever existed. It is believed that he may be older than Satan himself and even older than time. Urizen, being one of the oldest demons around, was actually imprisoned by both heaven and hell together, which also goes to show you just how powerful Urizen is. After all, bringing heaven and hell together is no easy feat considering how diametrically opposed they usually are. This must have meant that Urizen was considered so much of a danger that they were willing to unite against him. It is also believed that Urizen cannot be killed, only contained, which is why he was only ever imprisoned, because that was the best the forces of heaven and hell, even combined, could do. For Spawn to defeat Urizen, it took getting resurrected with the power of the green world for Spawn to be powerful enough to do so successfully. Number 2. Omega Spawn. In an alternate timeline, Satan actually attempted to use Spawn as a secret weapon in his fight with heaven, but this backfired. Spawn, given reign over hell, became instead focused on destroying both heaven and hell, and everything in between, becoming an even greater threat than Satan even. Becoming unstoppable, Omega Spawn was poised to bring about the destruction of the whole world as we knew it. This alternate version of Spawn is also hinted at being the mastermind behind the apprehension and annihilation of spawns across the multiverse. Number 1. Plague Spawn. Continuing on that line of thinking, Plague Spawn is possibly one of the most powerful Spawn villains that we've seen yet, and also happens to be another Spawn alternate. Plague Spawn is one of the Hell Spawns who made it to the present. However, this Spawn seems to be independent from the others and hell-bent on spreading chaos and tormenting the Earth. If you are wondering why I put Plague Spawn above Omega Spawn, by the way, who is said to be not only one of the most powerful alternates for Spawn, but also one of the most powerful adversaries to Al Simmons, this is because Plague Spawn actually recently beat Omega Spawn, which essentially means that this Hell Spawn officially can be ranked higher than even the Omega alternate, which is pretty insane. And that's all the time we have for today. So many amazing and powerful Spawn villains, so little time. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, you stay nerdy, YouTube. Bye!